are we all doing today? Hope you're all doing well today. It's Saturday. I just realized something.
What did you just realize?
I just realized today is the 16th, and this is our 16th podcast.
Wow.
Is that all you're gonna say? Wow. Isn't it
That's a coincidence.
Oh gosh. Don't you believe in these things?
I believe it's a coincidence.
It's not a coincidence.
But it's not a coincidence. Why is it not a coincidence? It kind of meets
Guys, is it a coincidence? Chat, is it a coincidence that today is our 16th podcast and it's the 16th today?
Yeah, it's
Please
just a
tell me.
coincidence.
No, it's not. It's a good coincidence. Anyway, okay, welcome guys to the LaFemmeN Podcast. And of course, I have Info Guy with me. You all can hear him, see him in chat.
Just to make sure that you know what a coincidence is. A coincidence,
Oh
a
my
remarkable
gosh.
occurrence of events or circumstances without apparent causal connection.
Thank you for that insight.
It's a coincidence.
It's a nice coincidence. Thank you.
Yeah,
It's a nice coincidence.
We can both agree it's a coincidence.
And apparently it's also National Hugh Jackman Day, which I don't believe, Kaki.
Every day is National Hugh Jackman Day.
No, it's not. Welcome everybody. I hope you're all doing good on this Saturday. We are going to be talking about most of the stuff that's happened this past week that you guys have been watching with us. Some of you may have not, but we are going to cover some of the major stuff that did happen this past week. And one of those major things we're going to get right into is they revealed the Unreal, so weird to say that they revealed the Unreal Engine 5 for the world to see with a PS5 tech demo that apparently was supposed to be shown at GDC this year, but obviously that didn't happen.
Well, it felt like a GDC thing when it was shown during the week.
It looked good.
No, it looked good. I'm not saying it would look bad. It just felt like a GDC kind of like demo sort of thing.
It looked pretty.
Yeah, it reminded me like of old Unreal Engine demos. It looked a bit more playable than the old Unreal demos because the old Unreal demos was just a cam reel of like effects that the engine can do. It didn't look like actual gameplay. It just like shows like what you could potentially do.
Yeah, with
the engine. It was most of the tech demos I've seen are actually like they're kind of like pre-rendered movies. They're just done in an engine game. So
yes,
yeah, that's the best way to describe it.
I mean,
This looked more like an actual demo. Like they explained like you could play this and it would have slightly different variations between on where you walked and all that sort of stuff, and they changed the lights and all this stuff, which is a bit better of a tech demo I feel than past tech demos. This is like a more closer representation of like what could be possible.
it looked. I mean, they really went step by step and explained everything in a lot of detail, and it looks good compared to what we had to watch on the Inside Xbox show, which did not meet the standard that we were expecting for next gen. Although we do need to state that this is only coming 2021, so we shouldn't get too excited.
But they say they'll scale the engine apparently scales quite nicely with Unreal 4. So like you should be able to take a few of the stuff that you've been working on in Unreal 4 and put it into Unreal 5. So it's not like okay, new engine, got to throw everything old out and whatnot. Apparently you can. It's a smoother transition because apparently they got complaints the last time they updated Unreal when it's from Unreal 3 to 4 because apparently you had to dump a whole bunch of stuff in order to make things work in Unreal 4.
Yes.
Apparently they learned the lesson from the last time, and now they're going to make it easier. So I read like it comes out next year. It'll be like 2022. Probably you'll see your first Unreal 5 game. It might not be as nice looking as this demo was, but it'll be an Unreal 5 game if it's easy to import from Unreal 4.
And also they did go like I said earlier, and they did go quite in depth, and they were using like these lingo words that they like lumen in the land of nanite and all these like things that sound very
Ooh,
like
Bethany doesn't think they're gonna be able to. Well, I'll take Bethany's word over mine because I don't know anything. I'm just going on what they said.
we'll take Bethany's word because Bethany
Yeah,
knows.
'cause I know how hard these things can do, and like if they're saying like, oh, it'll be easy to do, it's like, yeah, I'll take that with a grain of salt. I'm just saying what they said.
We believe Bethany. We're gonna believe Bethany. I mean, Bethany's studying the stuff, so okay. We're gonna believe you, Bethany, because yeah, they used a lot of their jargon that they use that some of us might not understand. I mean, they were saying that some of this stuff is what they use in film currently. So, and it's pretty in depth. Because if they're using this for films already, is it going to really look like this? Because a lot of people, when they started watching this, they were like, wow, this kind of reminds me of Uncharted. And a lot of people said that, that I watched reaction videos. And I mean, I'm not going to lie, when I saw it for the first time, and also I got Uncharted vibes. Uncharted 4 vibes, not the first three. Uncharted 4 vibes. But this, they said that it was a real time tech demo. So this is the best thing that we've seen from anybody right now that makes us a little bit more hyped up. I mean, I don't know if you like hyped up about it or no. Please tell me you're there, info guy. Wait, we might have a technical issue. We might have lost info guy. Hold on. Let's find info guy. Where did he go? I swear I didn't do anything to him. I did nothing to info guy. I didn't break it. I didn't break it. I did not break it. Where is he? Wait, okay, he's reconnecting, people. He's reconnecting. Info guy, no! I swear I didn't do anything to him. I don't have such magical powers to make him
Hello?
disappear. Yay! He's back, everybody.
Yeah,
He
I
is
think
back.
my headset did a wonky.
Did your headset do a wonky?
Yeah, I think so.
How much talking were you doing?
Well, there was at one point I was like talking, and I thought you were just being rude by not stopping to let me talk, and I
Oh,
was
so
like,
you just
what?
think I thought you were being rude by not answering me.
And I was like, wait, maybe she can't hear me. And then like I
Maybe.
looked,
Yeah,
and then yeah,
check the
that was it.
Discord. Check the Discord. He's
Yeah.
back. Tia Toasty, he's back. No, there's
Okay,
no
so
rips or Fs. What? Go back to what you were saying. I can't remember what
I
I was saying to you.
I think you were just trying to silence me from making a good opinion. That's all. What was the last thing you heard me say? Sorry.
I did not try and silence you. I was talking about the lingo that the people were using. And
Okay, what?
also that this was in game. This is like it's or in engine. Wait, I had lost my notes now. You made
You
me
lost me.
go all wonky now. But
Oh, wonky.
basically, what I wanted to say is
Yeah.
that with it, yes, now remember movies. They're using the stuff in movies,
Ah,
apparently.
yeah, yeah.
So,
You're saying the coincidence between it and Uncharted.
yes, that too. So, a lot of people that the reactions that I watched, we just whooping right back, we rewinding to where we
Yeah,
were. So a lot of people also mentioned that it reminded them of Uncharted. It gave them Uncharted vibes, Uncharted 4 vibes, which I
yeah,
also felt the same when I watched this. I know a lot of people were saying in chat about uh Tomb Raider and Lara Croft, and she's not Lara Croft and everything like that.
yeah.
So
She's more cartoony, if I'm honest.
yeah, but
Yeah,
it
okay. Which is weird because the level looked very realistic, but like her character model looked a bit cartoony, which is like kind of a
yes,
weird
her face,
balance.
the model of her. is
Yeah.
fine. It's just her
Yeah.
face, but maybe they were just like, okay, we're not gonna focus on her face too much. We're
Yeah. Yeah.
focusing on the environment and what we can
Mm.
do with the environments. It just, yeah, a lot of people were like, this is giving me Uncharted vibes. So, which it does because, I mean, the areas, I mean, the lighting, Naughty Dog did such a good job with the lighting in Uncharted 4 and even in
Mm.
Lost Legacy. I mean, it looked that good. I mean, all the time, you just wanted to take pictures all the time. But also, the other
Mm.
thing I remember that I mentioned while we were watching this is the sound. And a lot of people also said they picked up on it. I was watching like Easy Allies and everything like that. A lot of them said the sound was amazing. Because it did sound amazing to me with, and I've said this so many times, with these dinky earphones that I've got. It even sounded amazing on these. So it was also affecting the audio as well. And then on top of it, Sony's working with this whole vision of having the sound being an experience and everything like that. I'm looking forward to it because
Yeah,
it
it'll
really
it'll
did
be it'll
sound
be better
great.
sound.
Yeah, if it this is just it, and then you still bring in everything that the PS5 is, what they're saying they have to offer. I mean,
Yeah.
it is exciting.
I think the main thing with the new upgraded engine is the nanite technology and the luminous technology. Nanite is like we were talking about earlier, where you could bring in those ultra big like models that are like of film quality into the world like fairly easily. And instead of like having to scale it like developers have to do for obviously for size reasons and obviously for rendering and making things easier on the actual console and PC to render quicker, the actual engine will do most of that for the developers. So you don't have to remake assets as needed.
Yeah,
It should just like you should just be able to plonk it in and it works. But we'll see how well that goes. Also, the Luminous thing, it's almost like kind of a replacement uh for uh for like a RTX that NVIDIA's like been touting for the last couple of their GPUs
yeah,
with the ray tracing and whatnot. And like apparently, like they are saying that you can use it in conjunction with ray tracing, so you can switch off certain features that you don't, the more expensive stuff in ray tracing that like tanks the frame rate, and just use the luminous, or you can just use luminous. So it's like kind of a stopgap measure, because apparently ray trace stuff is still better, but this new luminous stuff is like pretty close to what you can get with ray tracing,
yeah.
apparently,
I mean, a lot
or
of,
well, used in conjunction with ray tracing. So that'll be cool.
yeah, and I mean, also people were saying because she walked into, um, there's one section of this tech demo where she climbs up and then she walks like through these rocks, and it's
Yeah,
usually that's where
loading
games
screen
are
would be.
loading. Yeah, so a lot of people are like,
Yeah,
oh, but she's walking through that. Is it loading
I,
up?
I
Is it?
think they did. I think they did that to highlight the way that the 3D models will now interact like properly with the environment. Instead of like they also showed they talked about it more when she was climbing up, like how the models now will actually interact with 3D objects like more correctly instead
Yeah,
of like you see clipping in a video game where like and when a character walks upstairs it doesn't look right if you pay attention, like the feet don't quite match up with the stairs,
yes,
or like when a character puts the hand up against the wall, like the hand partially goes in a little bit and you can see the clipping. I
yeah.
think they were just trying to show that off from the engine, but yeah.
I mean, yeah, also they picked up on, some people picked up that when she's actually climbing those rocks, you
Yeah.
actually see her hands, like her fingertips, in the grooves of the rocks. Now, obviously, we weren't watching on 4K, so we couldn't see it. But there were people that were watching on 4K and they were like, oh my gosh, they literally have gotten it down to that detail when you can actually see. But it's like so detailed with her fingers, just in
I
the
don't think
nooks and
most people
crannies. No,
like
I
you'll
know, but
get
it's just those
you'll
little
get the
things.
tech nerds who will count the pixels and see everything like that, but like your average person is going to be like, that looks cool.
Not like, yeah, the millions upon millions of triangles. How many times did they say triangles in there?
Yeah, they
Triangle
like
was the word,
triangles.
yeah. But
Yeah,
it
billions and billions of triangles. I mean, but it's only billions. I'd only get excited for like a trillion triangles. That would be impressive, but like yeah, billions, like, that's okay.
And they also said that because it was reacting in real time, it meant that the PlayStation 5 is processing this demo as it
Yeah.
happens. So
Yeah, it's basically like they kind of had it like a walking interactive simulator
yeah,
kind of like pseudo game. It's basically like a level of a game that's like not finished or whatnot. It's just to demonstrate the tech, really.
and a lot of
But
people also said that they want to play this game now, but it's a tech demo.
yeah, that's always some tech demos always get the reaction. I remember the I think it was called the Samaritan tech demo for also Unreal Tech. I think it was Unreal Tech 3 or 4, one of those two. And like the game, well, not the game, the tech demo looks so cool. Like people were like, when are you going to turn this character into an actual game? And they never turned it into a game. It's just a tech demo.
I know, but they
People
were
get
like
ex
so into it. Like they were like, I
people
want to
get a bit
play
of
as this chick.
people get very excited for just new game, which is that you can always make which shows you can always make a trailer look interesting. Doesn't mean it actually will be like a full-on great experience.
Yeah, I don't know,
The mo
especially
the most The
yeah.
most impressive thing with the trailer that I saw was that end sequence when she jumps off the cliff.
Yes, that's what I was going to talk about. Everyone, like the reactions that I've watched on YouTube, that is the reaction. Like everybody, when she falls off and then she starts going flying through and being kind of like, some people are like, oh, she's like Superman, and oh, this is a game that I want where you can just like fly around and stuff, and you know what I mean. It's
But
people are
if
like, I
that's like,
want this.
yeah, if that's like an actual interaction with the game world as you actually are playing, then that's streaming in like all those textures and things so quickly that I don't think other games do that well. Like you can do flying in other games, but like it's so far off the ground that you get low resolution textures, or it loads in chunks of the world that you and somehow hides like the rest. That looked like it was like instantaneous, like next as she was jumping off like one texture to the next.
Yeah,
It looked really cool.
yeah, and I mean, we just have this to look forward to. And I mean, they obviously went more in depth with everything else. They did talk a very long time about other things. I think they should have just maybe focused on this
Yeah,
more. But
but people, other people like the tech talks. I think the problem with maybe with this reveal stream that Jeff Keighley organized is he wasn't very specific about what it was. I think a lot of people tuned in to see like a new game or something like that. Instead, you should have said like, "Oh, we're gonna show you a new tech demo. It's for next gen consoles." That's all you had to say. You didn't have to say it's Unreal 5. You didn't have to say anything. You could just say it's a tech demo.
yeah, no,
That's all.
we would,
And then like a lot of people are just like, "Okay, cool. It's not a new game. I'm out." But the people who are interested would have tuned in.
yeah. And wait, the ball. Kaki
Oh yeah,
misses the ball.
yeah, Tim Sweeney's electric ball behind his head. Yeah.
Teotosi missed the chairs, and the guy was a hero with his many chairs. And also, don't forget all the paperwork that was on that other guy's desk. The guy that owns Epic, I think.
Mm,
He had a lot of. They had the ball, the electric ball, um, and
yeah,
obviously Jeff Keighley had his in the background. It was a bit blurred out, but the shape of which you could see the Game Award at the back that he had there.
yeah.
It's just random stuff that you see in people's like. Do you
I would.
these things
Oh,
in their homes? Like it's just you more fascinated with what's going on behind them than what they're actually talking about. Sometimes it's like, but we wanted like children to come running in during it or something to make it more lively. Like
no.
somebody's children just run in. I hope just you know what I hope it happens just once during one of these things until September because this is going
No,
on for a long time.
these are all pre-recorded. They'll cut that stuff out before it even gets streamed.
I
None
want
of
to
this is
see it.
actually live stream.
I want to see it though. And also, everybody made the also the biggest thing was Jeff cut his hair and possibly colored it too
Uh,
after a lot
Amazing.
of backlash on Twitter. So and also another thing that people were like going on about, they're like, oh, this is gonna just be on the PS5. No, it's for all. It's the Xbox, PC. People need to chill. It's
I think the biggest statement that came out of there was out of this whole thing, which caught a lot of people's attention, was Tim Sweeney pretty much saying the tech that's in PlayStation 5 is the just how fast it is. It's like faster than stuff you can get in a PC even now. with how much with whatever money you could spend, you probably couldn't get the speed that you could get at the PS5 at the moment, which will probably change probably within a year or 2 year when the PS5 comes out, maybe even sooner than that.
Yeah. But are you
Because
excited after watching this?
yeah, it looks interesting what they can do. I just think like a lot of this is like behind the scenes sort of stuff, improving things. Like the user might not notice a difference straight away, but it'll make making games easier and quicker and a little bit less stressful for developers, maybe, which will make things better, I think, long term. But I think next gen, like your next gen average game is going to look like what your Nathan Drakes and your Uncharted's and your Horizons look like in this generation. That's going to be like how your average game looks in the next gen.
Yeah.
I hope.
I mean, I'm excited. I don't know, Chad, are you excited? Did this maybe make you feel, okay, cool, stuff is gonna happen and we don't have to worry too much. It's not gonna look as bad as what we saw inside Xbox kind of thing.
Well,
Or I mean,
to
it's not.
me, to me, this was the tech demo. Even though it was a tech demo, was better than what Microsoft did last week. Last week was like all games that are like current gen and like hardly any gameplay, and like it was basically like game announcements, and half of them were like already known to us.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, we'll just have to see. I
That's
mean,
even though it's not a real game, it like shows off what you can do next gen,
yeah,
which hopefully Microsoft got the hint. Like, got to show the goods.
yeah. And what Itchol says, hear me out, Sony. Backwards compatibility. I mean, they did acknowledge it for the PS4, right? It was the PS4, but
Yeah,
now it's
look,
like,
most PS4 games are going to run on the PS5. I think that, I think they clarified that 100 that they said, like it'll run the top 100 games. That was just like the ones they've tested so far, but there are like thousands of apparently PS4 games you'll be able to run on the PS5. But it might vary depending on quality and how much it's optimized and whatnot, and they're still kind of tweaking it. But there will be most of the PS4 library will be able to run on a PS5.
yeah.
The problem I think most people was like, okay, what about PS3, PS2, PS1? I think PS1 and PS2 might not be too hard to. The tricky one is the PS3.
Yeah, no, but I mean, like, in. I mean, I would rather have PS2 stuff, although they wouldn't look great. I don't think they would, because just remember with
I,
the Xbox, they showed that their older games, they actually, it's gonna look better on the Series X. So
hmm, yeah,
so that's the thing, is that they do have that over Sony.
yeah, I know they do. But the thing is, like, they took a long-term view. They've been doing it since forever, and Sony skipped a generation where they were doing it.
And also they
So
have that
they
that
now have to catch up. And the problem is the way that Sony used to do backwards compatibility was like the most expensive version of doing it, which was they for what they did with the PS3 was they stuck like like a super tiny version of the PS2 in the PS3 so you could play PS2 games, which is like you're basically building two consoles in one, even though one's like a super lot cheaper and slimmed down version of it. It makes it work a lot easier, but you can't do that for every console generation.
yeah.
And now the problem is with the PS3, those games are coded specifically for the cell architecture, and that's like super hard to take over to or to emulate
And
in what's it, x86 apparently. So yeah, it's not impossible. I've seen some people do things where they could make PS3 games run on PC. Not 100%, but like it's doable. But we'll see.
we'll have.
Maybe Sony save it on the back pocket. Like, we got full backward compatibility.
We don't know, because they had those little gaps. We were like,
Yeah,
when Mark said he was doing that, and he was just showing like the backwards compatibility. We're like, why is there so much space
yeah.
left
And I was
over?
like the
Could you
backwards
just add
compatibility.
it? Just.
PS4
We were
and
waiting for that.
space
It
below
didn't happen.
PS3, PS2, PS1. No, they just left us there hanging.
And also, Maddie says if there's no full backward compatibility, I very well may very well riot.
Yeah, I think they've gotten away with it before. I don't know. It depends how much of a factor it is. It's nice. It's a nice to have, but it's not like I wouldn't say it's a feature which will sell a console because most people buy a new console to play new console games. They don't buy a new console to play their old games on the
Yeah.
new console.
And also,
But also as time goes by, you want to play after you've gotten your fun out of the new games and all the experiences. You kind of get a little reminiscy about your past games and like you want to go back, but you don't want to put all that stuff back, plug in the TV with the old PS4. You just want to put in the disc or download whatever and just play.
yeah.
Which it's a nice convenience,
And also, like Maddie was
I would say.
saying as well, I mean, most of the
But
PS4 games at least, and also
yeah,
remasters, which I agree.
yes,
It
yeah.
has to.
I, I just hope we don't have like we had with the previous generation where we had like the PS3 version and then the PS4 version was the remaster, even though it was
Yes.
just the PS4 version. It was nothing basically done to it. It was just like the same thing. It's just like maybe slightly better textures and stabler frame rate, which is not really a remaster.
So you're talking about The Last of Us?
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
You did say
I
that.
didn't say. I didn't say that.
But what games
Don't
did?
put.
I
Don't
can't even
put.
remember what games.
Like the Tomb Raider game. I remember that.
Oh, wait, yes. Okay, yeah, I forgot about that. How did I forget about that? I
I
played
think
both.
there was Deus Ex as well. Was also one. I think.
It was?
I think so. The first one, not the second one. Um, and and there's also been the those remasters like of BioShock and whatnot. They're not really remasters, but anyway, we will.
And Saints
I
Row.
think,
Is it Saints Row games? Say hi to Wayfind.
yeah,
But they're also, but I mean, we're just gonna have to see, guys. Maybe Sony just, um, you know what? It's wishful thinking, I know, but just maybe somewhere because also once again, Xbox does also have that other,
smart delivery.
yes, and it's like it's really they've got that,
No,
they've got the,
that's clever. That's clever to get you in early, I think.
and
It'll
they
be
got the
less
backwards
relevant like long.
compatibility. It's they've that stuff people do. It's enticing. You do
I know
want
it's
it.
enticing, but it's like you're gonna have to see whichever shapes up. You can't tell before the actual consoles come out. You're gonna
Yeah,
see after release
yeah.
which had the better proposition.
And also see that the Maddie says, see the thing is most of the games like he owns is digital, so he wants to download on the newest console that I have, so I don't have to plug a decade or exactly hardware to download and play. So they need to figure out what they're gonna do with that because they
I think I think their main focus is just getting the PS5 stuff to work and then the backwards compatibility. But I would like the backwards compatibility.
all of us would.
I've been wanting it since the PS4. Like I wanted to run my PS3 games on my PS4, but that
Yeah,
never happened.
I mean I don't know if it's the PS3 games. If you know, I can maybe go without them, but the PS2 games because
Yeah.
that would be cool because there's such a the collection is so in the library and everything is like so massive, and that
Mm.
is nostalgia right there. Even in PS1 games, but I mean,
It's hard to go back. It's like
I
some
know it's
PS1
hard.
games
I
are
know.
very hard to go
No,
back to.
I know,
We've been
and that's
spoiled
why
with
we're
the
getting
nice
remasters.
graphics.
You know, and I know we're getting the remasters and everything. So
Yeah.
we can't be too
Like I mean, like my limit
greedy.
for PS1 games is pretty much Final Fantasy 7 at this point, and it's still playing like the remastered versions on the PS4.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because that was still that was no that was like the ugly phase for 3D games. That was like still when it was like a new thing and like
the
people were just
ugly
figuring out
face.
it was they were still figuring out how to make it look nice, and they got much better in the PS2 era, but the PS3, I mean the PS1 era is like, oh,
Your Kaki
oof.
also said PS1 games are ugly.
Oh yeah, I agree. I
It
agree. It went through a stage. It went through a stage.
yeah. Well, it's it is exciting times, so we're just gonna have to look forward to it. And once again, we have to look forward to Sony, um, showing us something. It would be nice, Sony. Give
Well,
us.
they got away with another month. They showed us the things for Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah, and speaking of ghosts, of Ghost,
Ghost of Tsushima,
Ghost,
yes,
Ghost of Tsushima,
yes.
State of Play was all focused on Ghost of Tsushima.
Okay, before we get into this topic, would you agree that this is how you should do a live event,
Of
a
course.
live stream on
Of course it is.
the internet
It's
for
straight.
gaming stuff?
Yeah, it's straightforward. That's how we want it. And
Yeah.
they even went a little step further
Eh,
and explained stuff at the bottom of the screen. They were like, okay, this is what we're going to talk about now. And da-da-da-da. It was formal, but not too formal. And they just got to the point and
yeah,
showed
no,
us stuff.
it was like beforehand they said what game's going to be played and what it's going to be about. It's just
Yeah.
going to be 18 minutes of Ghost of Tsushima gameplay stuff. That's it. Not
Yeah.
talk about anything else, but that's it.
Nothing
Set,
else.
set expectations, deliver on expectations, and surprise, surprise, everyone was happy, very happy with what they
Yeah.
showed.
Yeah, if you see how many likes versus dislikes this got, I mean, it's
Yeah.
like, yeah. I mean, this is what the people wanted, and they did, like you said, specifically say, we are not going to be showing anything to do with the PS5. This
Yeah,
is
get it
purely,
out the way, because
yeah,
like as soon as you squash that, then people can't come in and say to chat, well, there's no PS5 stuff. I was promised PS5 stuff, even though they weren't really, but they come into chat and they demand it because they said saw there was a new state of play, so obviously it's gonna have the latest news, so they're obviously gonna have PS5 stuff.
yeah. And like Kaki
But
says, 100% say what is going to be, low expectations, and yeah, and say that you're not going to show the PS5. And I mean, and a lot of people said, I actually read on the blog, they were saying, thank you for letting us know because I'm not going to watch it because I'm not getting this game. So
yeah,
I
it's
don't have to
like
waste my time by watching this and waiting for a reveal or anything to do with the PS5 console.
that's been a problem with some of these live game reveal stream thing, is like they try to be mysterious and you don't need to be mysterious. Like
And
I know they want
oh,
all that secret big, like, oh, they didn't see this coming kind of reveal, and like people just go crazy. I don't think you can do that with every game announcement. You can do it like maybe once in a blue moon, but if you try and do it every game announcement, you get the result where everyone just gets disappointed like 99% of the time.
yeah, like all the Ubisoft people. All of the
Yeah,
Ubisoft people got real upset. But they might be
yeah.
happy now because of Ghost of Tsushima, because everybody was saying that
Oh yeah,
this is like the AC game that they wanted with samurais or ninjas or anything like that.
yeah.
That's
This is pretty much like if you wanted Assassin's Creed like Ninja Samurai game, this is it. Like this is the place you're gonna get without Ubisoft like sticky on the bandwagon over there on the front screen, like just rubbing out Ghost of Tsushima and just like scribbling Assassin's Creed Ninjas over the logo. But this is as close as you're gonna get.
yeah. I mean, and a lot of people, we remember we actually after the state of play we went to go check the comments from this video, and everyone was like drilling in to Ubisoft. They're like, well,
Oh, I mean, like Ubisoft has had like a decade plus to make an Assassin's Creed game set in that era in that part of the world, and they haven't done it for some reason. They just keep ignoring it. And yeah, well, there you go. Now, when they do now eventually make one, it's gonna get compared to this, and if
of
it's not
course.
at the same quality, then oof.
But I mean, like, and in Kaki says, I think they've learned from their Mark Cerny cardboard people think. No, but I mean, like the state of play. I mean, it's usually like this. But I mean,
State of plays have been getting better since last year. Like
yeah,
they've slowly figured out like what to do and what not to do and how to set expectations. It's literally just setting expectations. Like you just tell people what you're gonna show. Don't
yeah,
try and be smart and clever and try and do like a grand reveal nonsense thing because you can't do it every time.
yeah.
Save it for the random occasion that you can do it, and just be upfront and say this is what we're gonna show, and people will come who are interested in that. It's like better than getting half the audience excited for something they're not going to see and they're going to just get angry with you.
You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, they grab their torches and pitchforks and come after you as a
Yeah.
company. I mean, and
Just set expectations. It's that simple. It's not
yeah,
hard.
and
Like
you can still
expect like
have also,
these you expect these companies with multi-million-dollar marketing departments to figure out like basic stuff like that. Just set expectations.
yeah. And also the thing is that we're not saying, okay, you can't have surprises in these things. Just say what's going to happen and then actually add something in as a surprise. If you
Yeah.
want to reveal a surprise of anything, you don't have to, you can literally say, guys, we're showing this, this, and this, and then add whatever in there as a surprise. But everything doesn't, like you said, necessarily have to be a big surprise. We just need to know what are we watching and is it worth it? Like, because some people,
Mm.
us, and then maybe people like in Europe and other places, like we have to stay up really, really late or get up really, really early to watch these things. So if we don't need to, we're not going to. But I mean, they need to tell us like what they're showing. It is nice to know. And then I'm just checking in chat. Welcome, Ginger Avenger. Um, man, PlayStation is killing it. Time to step up Xbox. Ginger
Yeah.
Avenger.
I think Sony have like bought time until
Yeah.
June now to show PS5 stuff, which I think there are rumors that it's going to be like early June, like the 2nd of June apparently. There's
Yeah.
rumors, but take it with a grain of salt. Might not be 100%.
Yeah.
We'll see. And then we'll finally get to see the grand reveal
And
of
also,
PS5 charging cable.
yeah, charging cable. And Maddie, they didn't say anything about the map. They just showed this, what I've got on screen now. This is all they showed regarding the map, so they haven't really said how big it is.
I mean, you can just go look at a map of Japan and just find the island of Tsushima,
Yeah,
and
but I don't
there
think
you
they're
go.
gonna do the whole island. I don't know if they're gonna
So
still
maybe it
do.
won't be one-to-one scale, but I'm sure it'll be kind of like you can get an idea.
I mean, it doesn't look small from here. I mean, if you see that, Maddie, I mean, you can see like a little bit. They show just a little. I mean, obviously they're not going to show everything, but no, they did not. They did not mention anything about the size of the map and everything. But I think it'll
Mm.
be good enough. I mean, we were also
Yeah,
debating how long we thought this game might take, and you said
yeah,
between
you can't tell. The thing is
30 to
with
40
the
hours.
gameplay they showed could be just that could be all the gameplay, or it could be deeper levels of gameplay that they're not showing, and also the story stuff. They kind of you can see they're going lighter on story stuff. This is more just gameplay.
Yeah,
Like the previous trailers showed a bit more story. I think they know they can't show too much, else people are going to get an idea of like
yeah.
what's
Because they
entirely
have
going on.
shown quite a bit of Ghost of Tshushima.
Yeah.
They have shown quite a bit. So, um, and yes, it's yes, Ginger into the PS5 tech demo. It was amazing. It looked
Yeah,
awesome.
see, I'm not the only one who wants to see the cable. Kaki wants to see the
Oh my
cable. Tea
gosh,
and
what?
Toasty want to see the cable. It's like a buying decision for Tea and Toasty even. Jeez. Like that's how important this cable is.
The cable is not important. Who cares about the cable? Wired? The
USB-C.
wired? Ginger Venture's wired?
USB-C or go home, Sony.
But they
Yeah.
are doing it. They confirmed that, did they not? Did they not confirm that?
It's up in the air. It could
Uh,
be anything at
it's
this point.
no, it's not. It's not.
We don't know. Sony needs to answer these questions.
And I'm sure, Maddie, that the theme for this that you can get on your PlayStation, I'm sure it looks amazing and gorgeous. Guns obviously pre-ordered
Do
it.
you think, I just want to ask you something. You know, at the beginning of the Ghost of Tsushima gameplay, they had that, like, that on sound effect and like a PlayStation starting kind of sound effect and like start screen sort of thing.
Yes.
Do you think that's like maybe the PS5 start screen? Or not really? Or am I just
I
reading too much into it?
no, well, they've done it a few times. I've noticed, and I just merely assume that that is going to be the startup screen.
But it might not be. But it would be cool if it was, because then like they've technically been showing us PS5 stuff for like a while. We just haven't noticed.
But it's also but it's also a PS4 thing because that's what the PS4 does, though. Because
Does it
it's
do that with the blue line and just start? I don't recall that. I just remember
no,
it
well,
starts with.
if you put the game on raced, it's orange, and if it's blue,
Now I mean like on screen, not in the actual physical
oh, I
PS4.
don't know. I just assumed that it would be
Hmm.
that is the startup thing. I mean, it would be cool. Not like the studios thing that we saw, where they copied Marvel Studios. But anyway, we're not even gonna go into that. That was like,
Yeah, that's like non-news.
yeah,
Non-news.
they just have their own little studio, and that's awesome for them.
Yeah, amazing. Originals.
Ginger Avenger.
So it's so original, feels original.
Feels so original. And they showed the back of the controller. They confirmed the USB-C for the controllers. Yes, okay, guys. So are you happy now? Oh, you still need to see that smooth cable. Oh my gosh, still need to see that smooth cable. But
I
no.
need to see USB-C cable action. I can't just like be told there's going to be USB. I need to see the actual cable itself. It could be lies, could be deceptions. We need to see this in action. People need to know.
Oh my gosh. I can't wait till they actually show it, and you guys could just be like, "Oh yay, whatever." You'd be all sarcastic about the freaking cable, and nobody really cares about it. Okay, cable hype. Okay, everyone, cable hype. And then also a little bit of hype. I don't know if it's hype.
Okay, so we're done with Ghost of Tshushima.
Yeah,
I'll rate that. I will rate that little gameplay, state of play thing. We didn't give it a rating, really.
Oh yeah,
I
guys,
think
we
we
didn't
should.
give State of Play a rating.
Yeah, I don't think we did.
We need we might have to just do it now quickly, and then
Yeah.
or you guys can put it in chat, in the Discord chat, and then you know where, because there is the channel for that. Give your ratings for the State of Play. I didn't even think of that. If anybody wants me,
I'll give it an 8.
you're giving
solid
it
8.
a solid 8.
Yeah, solid 8.
I will give it an 8 as well.
Okay.
And shockingly enough, I watched also to see what rating other people gave the Inside Xbox.
Yeah.
Very similar to what all of us gave in Discord, just by the way.
Oh,
Very,
okay.
very similar. So
we read the crowd correctly. We were reading the feelings of the room. Yes, correctly.
yes. Kaki says
Okay.
9.9 out of 10. Would have been 10, but no cable was shown.
Yeah, there we go. See, that cable makes a difference, eh?
The cable makes a difference. But guys, I'll put like a header, State of Play for Ghost of Tsushima, and what you give it. Because obviously we couldn't bet on anything because they specifically told us what was in there. So
Yeah.
and Maddie gives it an 8.5.
Yeah, Sony's basically bought themselves time until June to show off whatever they're gonna show off.
Yeah, they have.
But I think next month is like as far as you can push it before you actually have to start showing stuff for PS5. Because then it's like a couple of months till the end of the year. They have to hype whatever's going to be hyped for PS5 launch, which we don't know what's coming out of the PS5 launch. Is it just going to be
It's a surprise.
Last of Us Part 2 and Ghost of Tsushima? You can just stick it in the PS5 and play it that way if you want as well. Or they're going to actually show some like only PS5 game stuff.
It's only PS5 game stuff. I mean, obviously. And Ginger Avenger gives it 8.9, 8.11 out of 10.
Okay, a lot of points there. He's got a good point.
Oh my gosh, Ginger Avenger. Why did that turn? Wait, why did that turn that to a link?
Because the slash and the many dots.
Oh gosh. Oh yes. The dots.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the dots. I don't know. They were explaining it in the during the State of Play. They were explaining it for the gameplay. And look, I think you have to push buttons at a very specific time when you with the parry and everything, like parry. I don't know how to say it right. Parry. I'm saying it wrong. But with the sword, you have to like make sure that you do it at the right time. I think for the game. I mean, I'm sure that was one of the things that they said. But yeah, it looks good. Everybody's happy with it, and everybody says it looks beautiful, and they love the music as well. So
yes.
that is something to look forward to. And if only we had, well, if we pre-ordered it, we would be able to see the cool PlayStation background that Guns has. But I'll just check Guns' background. And then also something else that's moving on from Ghost of Tsushima, which went down very well. And we're very happy about that. Yes. Something else that was teased this week. Now, I don't know if people are hyped for it, Some people kept on saying that they are hyped for it, because they've been waiting for it for a while, and that is the Mafia Trilogy. And they 2K officially released a teaser trailer this week, and a lot of people like Mafia 1 was like their favorite. So I'm assuming that they're doing either a remaster. I don't think they'll do remakes, but just remasters of the first and the second one maybe. The third
Mm,
one, they showed a bit of the third one. The third one didn't do as well. But I will say that the description of the teaser trailer on 2K's YouTube channel says, live the life of a gangster across 3 distinct eras of organized crime in America. Discover the hashtag Mafia Trilogy Tuesday, May 19th at 9 a.m.
uh, I mean, it's not
PTM.
really a good teaser trailer because you kind of know what the teaser's about. Like, it's not like,
Yeah, but,
okay,
yeah.
like what are they doing? I can't figure out that game that they're gonna reveal soon.
Maybe it'll be extra things. Maybe they've added stuff to it because we don't know. Because if it's a remaster, it's still so very confusing. Everybody gets confused with remasters and remakes.
No, they basically, I
A
know,
remake, they add
I
stuff.
have,
I think with remakes they add stuff. They don't. It's not exactly the same as the original. Remaster, everything's exactly the same as the original, but it just looks better. Remake, it's not the same. It's got the same
yeah, it's,
premise maybe and everything, and some things have stayed the same, but they changed maybe something to do with the mechanics, just to
mm,
be a little bit easier to control with the new consoles or whatever. It just feels more comfortable than as opposed to what they had back when they made the game
yeah,
years and years ago. And I
yes.
think that's it. But I mean, is anybody excited for the Mafia trilogy or not? Because I know Mafia 1 is like a firm favorite with people. Like that was,
Yeah,
though I have not
they'll,
played it.
I think Kaki was saying in the chat there, I think they're gonna remake the first one. The others might be
Yeah, we think,
just
yeah, because imagine
remastered.
trying to play that game on a PS4.
Yeah.
Or even a PS5, we don't know. Or Xbox Series X. I actually have to look at the end of this trailer to see if they even mentioned any of the next gen. No, they do not. It just says
The only
PS4 and
things I
Xbox.
remember about Mafia is Mafia 2, and they made it more open world apparently, or something like that. It was better story and whatnot. Then
Yeah.
with Mafia 3, they went like into the deep south, Louisiana. Well, I might be wrong. Something like
Yes,
that.
yeah, I think it was. No, it wasn't
And
Louisiana. It was
Florida?
no, New. It's like they take on New Orleans.
Ah, New Orleans.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Hmm.
that one, people, I don't know in chat. Did anybody play Mafia 3? Because I don't think that one went down so well. Um, it
I think a lot of
it
people
looked
got it. I
cool.
don't think it was.
Yeah,
They're making a trilogy pack thing out of it. It must have sold at least a little bit.
yeah. I mean, the trailer for it looked awesome.
Hmm.
It they had a good. That's a problem. They had a good soundtrack, and that's when you know it's bad, because if you have a good soundtrack with your trailer, always anything, movies, TV shows, anything. I think I've learned from it. Like Suicide Squad was one of them. Amazing trailer, but yeah, the movie was a letdown. There's a lot of movies and games that have these awesome trailers with awesome music, and it makes you pumped up for it, and then it's like, no.
Yeah. So that's what they're designed to do, really.
I mean, I suppose yeah, they are,
Hmm.
but I mean, it kind of feels like they, they, they. I don't know. They hype it
What?
up too much with that
Well,
kind of
that's
stuff.
the
It's
job. The
I
trailer
know,
is
no,
there
I
to hype
know,
you up.
I
You
know.
have, if you watch enough trailers, you develop your own like internal mechanism for defense against too much hype. Because like you'll start nitpicking, which I think like it comes with age of being like an older gamer. It's like you watch these trailers, like you start nitpicking, like, that don't look like in game. That that's pre-rendered. That don't look right, sort of thing. And you keep over analyzing things, and then you become super cynical, and then no game ever is good enough for you. Sad but true.
I mean, you could see with the trailer for Mafia 3, I mean, it was all cinematic. But
Yeah.
it still looked cool. And the protagonist, he looked cool to me as well. He seemed like awesome, but I think they deviated maybe a little bit too much away from the whole Mafia, how they started it off.
Yeah.
And I don't think there were too many links between them, like characters and such. So I think they had their conspiracy theories about the protagonist of Mafia 3 being linked to characters from the other games, and it was all a whole bunch of things. So yeah, I think people wanted more of it to be linked as a whole with the other two games. I don't know. I can't say because I've
Yeah.
never played them. I'm not. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just saying what
Yeah.
I
It's
think.
one of those like I know of, but I have never played games.
Yeah, what I think, what I've observed from what I've seen. But yeah, that was another little announcement for you guys this week, and I mean, obviously you guys knew about it. I know Kaki told me about it. Um, And Guns, the same Mafia 3 was good, but the side missions were repetitive. See, so
Yeah.
some people did like it, and others didn't. I need to know how much these systems are, so I know how much of a hurting it's going to put on my wallet.
I'd say it'd be safe to put the $500 to $600 aside
Yeah.
right now, because
You
like if it's
make
not
it
if
sound like it's an easy thing to do. Just put
no, just
aside
put
five hundred
just start putting
dollars.
a couple of dollars away a month, and there you go. You sorted.
You're good. Just
It'll
five
it'll
hundred
it'll
dollars.
be it'll come around quicker than you know.
Yeah. I mean, just put $500 away. You'll be fine, Ginger Avenger. You'll be fine. And moving on very, very, wait. There, before we move on, there's one character though, two and three, but that's it pretty much. Okay, so there is maybe links. Maybe.
Mm,
We shall see.
I'm sure the story will have like at least make references to previous games at some point.
Well, there is a character in the third one that was in the previous, I think in Mafia 2. I don't know, I could be wrong. There is a
Uh,
character in Mafia 3. I think I think that made an appearance, and people, when they showed the trailer, people were hyped up back when this came out.
okay.
Um, but yeah, like everybody has their own set of games that they love. Like if I was watching an Uncharted thing and I see somebody, I'm like, oh my gosh, that kind of hype around it.
Mm,
There, Kaki says,
okay.
yeah, there is. And moving on from this little gem that is Mafia, we're moving on to another little gem. And
I
I'm
wouldn't
shaking
call
my
it
head.
bad.
No, I'm shaking my head while I said that.
Uh-huh.
I shook my head while I said that.
Spit
Okay,
it out.
friends. I don't know if you're gonna care. And I have a sneaky suspicion that you won't care. But Anthem is in an incubation period, whatever that means. So, it has been announced, shocker. And this is, thank you, Thunder Phoenix. Thunder Phoenix dropped the story in Discord for us to go over. Kotaku reported on this. Not that we were expecting anything really from them, because we know that they're having their issues. So apparently they have this thing that they call an incubation period that they have for their games, and they have an incubation team. And basically they use this term internally, and essentially means that they are going back and experimenting, prototyping to improve on the areas where they believe they fell short, and to leverage
Mm.
everything that you
The,
currently wait, this is best, but that you love currently about Anthem.
okay, that's like whatever. What my question is, why didn't they do this before the game came out? Why was it released like in such a bad state?
You
Like,
can
did they not realize? Did they not test it? Did they think they could just fix it? Because apparently now. It's not a quick fix sort of situation. Like, when else have you ever heard of a game going into an incubation period?
That's
Like,
what they
it
call
sounds
it.
like
That's what they. That's
it's like an insect or something that needs to be born or whatever.
that's their term that they use. But I mean, now to say it out like, and there's reporters reporting on this, it just sounds so like, what the hell? Incubation? Like, call it something else. I mean, it's just, you just can't help but laugh
Mm.
at that.
The problem with BioWare, well, at the time, I don't know if it's still a problem, is they didn't have leadership, proper management when, like, say, Mass Effect Andromeda and Anthem were both being made at the same time. So you could see, because they kind of have wafty ideas in Mass Effect Andromeda. They weren't quite sure what they were doing. Then it got fixed like very late in development, and it's not even a fixed 100%. And this, they couldn't decide what they wanted to do with it. And they kept pushing and pushing and pushing. And this probably wasn't helped by EA, but you get this kind of game as a result of like not having a clear vision of what you're doing, and they're trying to make a game that's not really a BioWare game, because it's not really. I don't remember any reviews saying how great the story was in Anthem. At least that would have been something, but apparently it doesn't even have that.
I mean, and currently for us, I actually saw it today on the PlayStation Store for us, and they've literally dropped. It's on sale at 80%, like, off. That's
Uh,
bad. 80% off on a game. Like, I mean, wow. It's
uh,
just.
I mean, like, yeah, they could, like, maybe they can fix it. Like, we've had history of games coming back from the brink of being absolute garbage and fixing themselves. But this is like one of those, like, you have to fix it from the ground up. Like, the base itself is still not even good to work off. You have to remake the base of the game, which is like, geez, that's pretty low. Like, I know Final Fantasy, is it 14 fixed itself? Like they had to remake the game from the ground up to do that. That took a long time. And No Man's Sky,
Oh,
eventually,
yeah.
after years of slowly digging away and adding update after update after update, they eventually fixed it to the point where now, like, it's got most of the features promised, and it's like some of the features that weren't even promised are actually in the game. But still, some of those promises are not 100%. But at least the people who bought the game are now at least mostly happy. Where I don't think you're gonna have the situation like that with Anthem. Like, it's because it's EA. If it was another publisher, I would be like, okay, maybe they could do it. But EA has a history of like, we made our money. Should we fix it? No, let's start fresh or just close it down.
I
Because
mean, do
there's
you
like a
think it's
long
worth
list of
working on it?
history of.
Do you think it's worth working on this? Do you
I
think
mean,
this team of 30, it's a team of 30 people that are approximately 30 people that are
yeah,
currently working
I
on
don't know if
this?
that's enough to fix the game with 30 people. Like you, if you make the scope of the game much smaller, then yeah. But to
It,
make it like how big it is now and still make it good quality, and you have to because remember, you have to rework the gameplay, you have to rework how the story might. Oh, maybe they won't even touch the story, but it's mostly the gameplay. Then you have to rework how the loot works, how everything interacts with each other based on like all those weird combos and whatnot they had in the game. So it's not like easy, just tweak the numbers and it'll work. It's like, it's also like some of the animation and the glitchiness in the game that needed work as well, and like the loading
the
screens, like
loading,
you have to
yes.
load to go in and out of the hub area and whatnot, and that weird first-person view, though it was jittery in the hub area. It's like all stuff like that. It's not like easy, quick fixes stuff.
Yeah,
And
because
like, I mean, like, you can do it with a team of 30, but like it's gonna take a long time. It's not gonna be like, okay, in a year's time, it's going to be a new Anthem. With a team of 30, it's going to be in a couple of years' time, it's a new Anthem.
yeah, because he said, and he that I'm talking of, his name's Christian Daly, and he's the BioWare Austin
Well,
studio
I
director.
only listen to Christian Monthly because Christian Daily is just like a fly by night kind of guy.
And he just says that basically the reason why he knows that 30 people is small, he says, and yes, the team is small, but the whole point of this is to take our time and go back to the drawing board. And a small team gives us the agility a larger one can't afford.
That sounds to me like marketing business managers speak. Like our team is small and snappy and that they're agile and they can get it done. Sort of nonsense.
So you
It's
don't
like,
think, I mean, this is just,
no,
they
like
shouldn't even bother.
it depends what they're doing. Like, are they just reworking some of the gameplay
They're
and
not.
like they're just leaving everything else intact? Like, if they're reworking just like
It's
how
in an
shooting works,
incubation.
maybe.
It's in an incubation period.
Yeah, well, that's
So
like also weird.
basically, yeah. So basically, like all they said was experimenting and prototyping to improve on the areas where we believe we fell short, which is
Yeah,
everything. They fell short on everything. So
yeah. So
you're
like,
basically reworking the whole thing.
yeah. And I don't think they can spare much more people because they are going to have other people working on the new Dragon Age game, whatever that's going to be.
That too.
And they announced that way too soon as well.
Yeah. I mean,
That,
yeah.
yeah. So, and there's also rumors of them working on like a smaller team working on something Mass Effect related. And there's also rumors of like a Mass Effect like remaster coming, which we'll see what they do with that. Like, I
You're
just
so
don't have
scared.
I
You
don't
are
have
so
I
scared of
don't have
that.
I don't have faith with BioWare and EA at this point. Well, like they can change my opinion. I'm open to having my opinion changed, but like I don't currently have faith
Don't
in
you?
they'll
You're not
be
gonna
able
hold
to.
your breath. You're not gonna.
Like maybe that, like I've seen them make good trailers and the game actually comes out and it's like absolute trash. So
You're not holding your breath though.
yeah, I will wait for people to have their opinions out and like for the actual games to come out. But like I don't want to.
Cause
Also, don't want to
it's
bash them too much as well because they did have made some of my favorite games. I don't want to bash them too much, but like, yeah, like I'm not optimistic, but I'm not trying to be too cynical either. I'm just like, we'll see what happens.
and like Ginger Avenger says, No Man's Sky with one of those that got brought back from the dead, and now it's amazing. So I think
Yeah,
yeah, it's you either do or you don't, and I don't know
we'll
if
see.
they.
It depends if EA's got the money to do it, but like, and actually the resources to do it. It's just like how much money and resources they put into it. Like if they're putting like a team of 30 and like they're working hard and they seem like they know what they're doing, then maybe they can do it.
Yeah,
I'm sure. But if it's like, okay, like EA went to BioWare and said, okay, get a group of guys to try and fix Anthem, please, and just you've got this budget,
just go
and
fix Anthem. Just
just
go fix it.
and try and make it work. You only got this budget. If you can't do it in this amount of time and with this budget, then yeah, we're just gonna scrap you. And they won't even say that. They'll just say you've got this. Get it done right about this time and with this amount of budget. And they're not gonna say like, oh, we're gonna shut it down if you don't do that timetable. Get that much work done in that amount of time. They're just gonna be like, have you guys finished yet? And it's like, nope. And then they're just gonna cut off, and we'll never hear anything about Anthem again.
Yeah, and even Gazaman says,
That,
I
that,
can
that's
get
my
this for free on EA Access, but choosing not to get it.
yeah. It's like even when a game's free and you don't want to get it, then you know.
Then you know it's bad. Like, it really is. And
Yeah.
Thunder Phoenix says, Anthem is getting pushed so far back, I reckon it's PS5. I wouldn't even play it
Make
on
a
my. If
new
I got a PS5, I wouldn't want to play an Anthem on there because of that whole bricking thing that happened with the PS4. I don't know.
yeah.
I wouldn't trust it at all.
I mean it's like
I
I
mean,
wouldn't
I
even
actually
go with an
forgot about
Anthem.
Anthem until Thunder Phoenix put this in Discord. I actually forgot about Anthem. It was
I
like
mean,
the furthest thing that
not
from my
not
brain.
every IP has to be like a great success. Sometimes you hit and sometimes you miss. This
Yeah,
Anthem was a miss. Maybe it's okay to let it go. Like
let it go.
good,
BioWare, just
yeah,
let it go.
and just focus on the future. Learn the lessons. Don't make the same mistakes. Push forward. Because by the time they fixed Anthem and 2.0 comes out, they could have made like an entire new Anthem game from the ground up and made it better and fix it. Or they could have just like focused on the IPs that they could make. Like they could remaster, apart from Mass Effect, which would be top of the list, but they could remaster Knights of the Old Republic, make that with new gameplay, new voice cast, maybe some new characters, update it a little bit. That could be fun.
You just want that though.
Yeah,
You just
pretty
want
much.
that. You just want that. If only EA didn't own certain things. But anyway, moving on to the last thing for the day. A lot of you actually let me know about this, and thank you to everyone for putting this in Discord. It's not a new thing that I'm going to be doing. It's just if you guys let me know and we can let the community know about it. A lot of games are obviously becoming free because of what's happening within our world right now, and a lot of these companies are being generous and giving us stuff for free. So I thought I'd just let everyone know. Compliments of Kaki and the Ginger Avenger and Maddie for letting us know on Discord. So right now, you guys, if you want it, I mean, it's free games, and you obviously some of you know about them as well already. But you right now you can get the Lego Ninjago movie video game for free on PlayStation and Xbox and PC until the 21st of May. So if any of you want to play or get that game, I know it's a Lego game, but it's free until the 21st. And then also Elder Scrolls Blades is free on Switch, Android, and iOS. And then GTA 5, I'm sure all of you have already done this. Gone to the Epic Game Store to go get it for
Yeah,
free.
their servers crashed as soon as they announced that. That's
Yeah.
like,
But that is also only available until the 21st of May. Yes, Gazaman, the link is everything's in my Discord. You can check it out there. And thank you to Kakihara and Ginger Avenger and Maddie for posting those up and letting us know so we can let people know when we do our podcast. If it's in that time frame or we're still in that time frame, we just let people know what's free and stuff. Because some people don't know. I mean, I didn't know about the Lego Ninjago. I don't even know if I'm saying that right, movie video game. And GTA 5, you
right.
guys also told me about it. I didn't even know. So those games are all free at the moment, but I think most of them end on the 21st of May. So go get those on the different stores that you can get them on. But other than, I mean, I'll try and keep up with it. You guys just let us know if you see anything for free, and then we'll let everyone else, the world, know what is free. And I think it's nice that they're giving free stuff. Some of
Yeah,
these,
it keeps some people going, I guess.
yeah, especially in these dark times, these hard times, we need games. But yeah, that wraps it up for us, guys. I mean, that was it.
It was actually quite a nice week for news. Like we
Yeah,
got to talk about some cool gameplay stuff. We only mocked Xbox a little bit. Some new stuff from BioWare. Not really, but yeah.
not really.
And you got to see the new engine.
Yeah, that I think out of everything this week, that was like stood out for me.
Oh, we didn't even mention Tony Hawk.
Do we really need to though?
It's the biggest game announcement of the week
Do
by
we
far.
really need to mention Tony Hawk, chat? And also, I love PS. Pac-Man was free as well.
Yes.
On I think it was,
Championship Edition. I
yeah,
think it was on the PS4, right?
yeah.
I don't know if it's still going. Probably not.
I don't think it's. I don't know if it's still going.
Had the chance.
Maybe Kaki knows. I don't know if it's still
Mm.
going. No, we don't. We don't need to. Tony Hawk. Oh yeah, I need my nostalgia trip. I mean, yeah. I mean, they
Yeah.
showed that, and I think the music gave it away at the beginning.
Yeah, but like I
Even though
mean,
we
they could
hadn't
have.
played it since we were I don't know how
I
old.
like how they try to do mystery and intrigue, and like I think chat and ourselves guessed like as the music was playing before the trailer came on. It's like like even before the live stream started, I was like, oh, is this Tony Hawk they're gonna reveal? It's like, okay, cool.
I mean, I
Like
wasn't
it's like
expecting us to be.
you're trying to hide the game and be mysterious and stuff. Like I think I mentioned like 4 or 5 times like already in this podcast. Like you're trying to be all mysterious with the game reveal, and it's like it could be anything, and then you just kind of just reveal it without much fanfare.
Yeah. I don't know. They tried something. Why? I don't know, but they tried it.
I just say like not every game has to be a secret. You can just say before like we're gonna show you new gameplay for this game, and like everyone will be like, oh, I want to see that. The people who are really excited want to go, and they'll go see it.
Yeah. They just need to say what they're showing, and then we'll be like, okay, well, I'm not gonna watch it because I'm not interested in that or whatever. But
Yeah,
yeah, we're just gonna have to see because it's gonna happen, guys. Straight through between now and September, it's gonna happen where they're just gonna overhype everything, and we're
yeah.
just
I
gonna
think
have to.
there's gonna be a game announcement. This it's like announcement season. Usually before E3, the month before E3 is like everything that can be announced gets announced, and it usually gets worse the closer we got to E3. But I think they're gonna spread it out now over these couple of months. Hopefully it won't be as compact because following everything that got announced at E3 is like too much. Like
Yeah.
there'd be like 4 or 5 big trailers you see a day, and then like another 30 you wouldn't even know had come and
Yeah,
gone.
so you take notice. And Thunder Phoenix is like, where's the next midnight club? And
Hmm.
also Pac-Man
That's Rockstar, right? If I remember.
could be.
Yeah, I don't think they Bully 2 will come out before that. I think.
And Pac-Man expired on May 10th, so Pac-Man's not available anymore. And Thunder
Oh,
Phoenix is like the Order 1887.
uh, who's the game that the developers who made that?
Oh gosh, you're asking me now. The one person that doesn't. Anybody in chat know who made 1887? Who are the devs on that? I can't. I mean, and also everyone's talking about Cyberpunk as well. I actually forgot about Cyberpunk until you mentioned it now. Also, Ginger Avengers. There's a lot of things that we're forgetting that are
Ready
coming
at
out.
Dawn. Ready at Dawn made the Order 8086.
Thank you,
1886.
Guns. Thank you for letting us know. And I Lippy wants Metal Gear Solid 6 on Unreal Engine 5, please.
Oh no, it'll be on the Fox engine. They won't.
Konami.
Yeah. There was rumors that somehow Konami and Kojima had made up in secret, and they were maybe making another
They made up
Metal
in
Gear.
secret.
Yeah, and they were gonna maybe make, but there was like I didn't really believe the rumor, but there was apparently a rumor like that going around.
And
But I
guys, a
don't
man
think.
with like a remastered Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer would be cool.
Oh, but then you'll have to buy each of the maps individually again, though. You looking forward to that?
Do you want that, Casimir? Do you want to buy individual
That's the
maps?
only genuine experience. Activision will show you the genuine experience. You'll relive everything, including buying the DLC again.
Yeah, and also, yeah, Ginger Avenger definitely, CD Projekt Red has a good track record. They do. They deserve the hype. I do, but I mean, obviously, they really do deserve the hype. They've been doing everything as good as they can, I think, as a company.
Hmm.
Um, I mean, and they're very transparent with everyone. So, and they're very transparent with other companies as well. I mean, I remember, I think it was after E3 last year when they went, they took a little stab at Bethesda. So, I think it was at
Hmm.
Bethesda. But I mean, yeah, guys. I mean, it is. We're getting into the flow of things now with all
Yeah,
these announcements.
there's probably gonna at least it'll at the very least there'll be a small announcement every week,
Yeah, we're hoping.
and then but there'll probably be some big ones as the time goes by.
Yeah,
Hopefully they don't all happen like in the same second, so we have time to cover them all. But we can only hope and pray.
yeah. I mean, if there's like little blips that come up and we think it's worth it, we'll cover it and have
Hmm.
like reacts to it, and you guys can join us. But yeah, we'll see what's happening. Now they want Knack 3. Knack 3 Battle Royale. Everything's a Battle Royale nowadays.
Gosh.
But yeah, guys, I mean, thank you for being with us again. Another podcast done and dusted. the 16th podcast on the 16th of May. I had to say it. Sorry, info
Oh,
guy.
gosh.
I had to say
Yes.
it. I had to say it. I just had to. Thank you so much. You guys make this happen for us by being in chat and getting involved. And we can't thank you enough. Everybody, take care of yourselves. We will catch you all again next week, Saturday. Same time, same place. Take care of yourselves. Stay healthy. Info guy, you want to sign off?
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone. Have an awesome rest of your weekend, and we'll catch you again next week, Saturday. Bye, everybody.